So here is a great starting place for starting to connect with some hamstring work. It's a mid-range hamstring exercise that's also really targeting the hamstring's role in stabilizing our pelvis. So we want to feel this work in the backs of our legs, but see if we can do so without kind of gripping and clenching excessively through our buttocks. So we're going to try to keep the deep glutes from trying to take over this motion. So you just need, I've got this box, I think it's about 2 feet high, 20 inches. So you could use a sturdy kitchen chair, maybe a coffee table. You don't need anything too fancy. But I'm just going to rest those heels on the box. And then all I'm going to do is kind of press the heels down, start to tuck the tail, and then lift the hips up in this little bridge motion. And then I'm going to roll my pelvis back down to the floor. Not a super excessive roll, but there's this little kind of tailbone lifts first. And then I'm going to curl my spine off the floor using those hamstrings to create that motion. I can pause at the top. These isometrics are a great way to target positions that feel particularly unfamiliar with kind of being loaded and working. So if as you lift you feel, hey, it's just really challenging, or maybe even a little bit of a crampy sensation, I would challenge those tissues to build up a better control of creating force, but also not endure anything that is overly torturous and crampy. So typically muscle cramps and these kinds of motions are indicative of a muscle that just is trying to figure out how to generate the force that you're asking it to. So pelvic tuck, and then we're going to lift, hold briefly or longer, and lower down. So I love these as a starting point and would often do less of them with that little hold at the top. But if you do get the crampies, you might need to make them more dynamic and maybe a little less time of the hold, but kind of moving in and out of them maybe for a few more repetitions. These are a great starting point to start to work on hamstring strength, but also hamstrings role in positioning that pelvis, particularly with all things stride related. Okay.